Morning everyone, my name's Pam and welcome to my channel Sweet Pea Green. So today I have some makes, the 3 fabrics that I got from Andrea at Beyond the Pink Door. Some little bits and bobs that have come in that I needed replenishing, and I'll just talk through some patterns that I'll be tracing off over the weekend, ready for more sewing. So first things first, we have the Martha top by Dressmakers Closet. Love this little pattern. I made a size bigger than my previous one. I think I've made a small, and it's a very small seam allowance anyway. I think it's only 1 centimetre, but it was a little bit tight across here, so I had to take an even smaller. I think it was probably only 1/2 centimetre seam allowance on my first one. So I traced off the next size up, which I think was the medium. Obviously there will be pictures in and around sporadically through the vlog, but there we go. This is an Erida Hansen, what's it? Can't remember what it was, what fabric. I don't actually know if Andrew's got any, but I will, if it's available, I will link it in the description. But yeah, it's just a really nice easy wear, and it will go with, you'll see that I don't style it, I just stick it on. But I wore my green Faulkner pants. So yeah, it's quite a nice top. I did not put a label in because yeah, I was so bothered about, I'm not very good with binding and putting a label in. I'm much better with the facing. But yeah, I'm really pleased with that, and that is such an easy make to do, really quick, even for me. But yes, I shall be wearing that for work this week, I think. And then I made the bob pants. So yeah, the very popular bob pants by Style Arc Patterns, because yeah, the barriers I felt were going to be too voluminous, and the bobs I made in this amazing, again I think this might be Erida Hansen, just a cotton, and yeah, I did think that these might hold the balloon, but then looking at the photographs, I'm quite pleased with that. I didn't want them to be too voluminous, but yeah, very nice elasticated waist. To Kylie in the Machine, sewing is my jam, and you can't buy this, which you can't, I'm not going to let you. So it's a poplin, cotton poplin. So yes, the waistband, I followed the instructions, and I don't remember following the instructions before, but it has been a while, because what they do, they get you to press the waistband in half, wrong sides together, and then zigzag the elastic onto the inside, bring the 2 raw edges together of the waistband, and then stretch to fit the actual waistband of the trousers. Yeah, I don't remember doing that, but I must have done. So yeah, so yeah, that was it. Tricky. I don't like sewing the elastic onto the waistband. I much prefer to thread it through, and then generally what I do is put a line of stitching just so it doesn't twist in the wash. But yeah, I'm happy with the finish on that, really. And when I was cutting them out, I noticed that the cotton was really quite thin. I can see through that. So yes, underwear will need to be appropriate, I think, for that. But yeah, I do love these. I think they're very fun. And to go with the trousers, the bob pants, I made a Sew House 7 toaster. The one with the, it's a very, very slight high-low hem with a little split on the bottom. And this is just so cozy warm. I think this one was the Merino Touch. Again, I will link it in the description below. But yeah, this is, I mean, it was so warm. The sun is out today. It absolutely tipped it down yesterday in Yorkshire. Started about 3 o'clock and it was torrential. And the sun is out, blue sky, you'll see from the photographs. Blue sky today. And this was just toasty and warm. And I have a new job, excuse me, have a new job in a local private school, which is stone building built in the 1700s, I think. And yes, it can be lovely and warm outside. I've only been there a week and it's been lovely and warm outside, and yeah, we need cardigans and jumpers, so I think I might be making quite a few more layering pieces so I can take them off, put them back on again. But this is just so toasty warm. And on this one, I've made a few, and sometimes this is just a fold over facing, and sometimes it rolls, and I don't like it. So what I've done here is, as you can see, I've sewn the facing down and got myself a little rosy cheeks label, and that yeah, again, I think I'll be wearing this week. So those are the things. I'll just show you that's the line drawing of the Sew House 7 toaster. So those are the things that I've made. So now I'll show you the things that I've bought. Now, one of the things I had to, it's very, I can't remember what the word is, basics anyway. Yeah, I needed the elastic, the wide elastic, to make the bob pants. So that is 36mm elastic. I got it in black and white, and I usually get my things like elastics from either Tailor Mouse or William G, just because they do it by the metre. And so yeah, it depends which size I need as to where I go. But yeah, Tailor Mouse, both of them really, Tailor Mouse and William G, quite quick on delivery, which is good. So that was the elastic, and then I got myself some new labels. I got some Sew Anonymous labels, Wear Me, and some little green ones that just say sew. And then I got some Cozy Club Handmade. I got the Happiness is Handmade and Spread Happiness. Thought that was quite appropriate. We've been sweet pea green. And then some more daisies. Thanks, I made it. I love what you're wearing. And finally, sewing is my superpower. Proudly made by me. So yeah, replenished my labels for the moment. And finally, as everybody who follows Judi of Runningsewandsew knows, she goes to Oregon most years to see Lorianne, who lives in Portland. And in Portland, Peggy from Sew House 7 resides, and they met up with her. And Peggy is moving things around, and she was selling off her, there was a big sale and she was selling off her paper patterns, and there was a PDF sale as well. And I fancied the Mississippi Avenue dress and top, and as I knew Judi was going, I did wonder if she could maybe pick one up for me, and so she did. And Peggy very, very kindly gifted this, and she wrote a lovely little message. I do love the Mississippi. I think it just reminds me of kind of the deep south. Certainly this picture, it reminds me of kind of the deep south in a humid summer, and you know, in the 40s. I think it's because the way the sun shines through the fabric. So yeah, obviously not season appropriate at the moment, but I will be making that next year, I think in the summer. So that's yeah, add to my pattern collection. Okay, so I have got some fabrics now that I'm an ambassador for Andrea, which I still can't quite believe. I have ordered some fabrics that should be with me tomorrow, which I'll talk about later. But in the meantime, I have yesterday and today I've been tracing out some patterns, and I've been cutting things out. These next two patterns, I'm thinking that I might use the last two box fabrics. The last box fabric that I unboxed on, was it Friday? Or was it Thursday? Thursday, I think. Yeah, that's out on the line at the moment. I had to wash it this morning because of it was never going to dry yesterday. So yeah, it's on the line now in the brilliant sunshine. So that fabric and the viscose that we got last month, I was going to say last month, I don't know how I'm going to work it, but I've got 3 patterns here that we'll mix and match. So this is the smock that I was talking about. She's actually under Ellen Mason on Etsy. And yeah, I've made that before, and there's, see if we can see, yeah. It's a very good colour blocking garment. As you can see, there's a top and a smock and a dress, a tunic and a dress. Again, really easy to make, raglan sleeve, lovely gathered yoke, and yeah, great opportunity for using those bits of cotton and linen that we've got left over. So I think that might look best in this month's cotton. Then I have got another Sew House 7, the Regalia blouse, which I would make the one with the long sleeves. Made that one before, do like that pattern. And then this is a pattern that I've had for a while and not made. It's the Wardrobe by Me, the Balka dress. And I think with some clever cutting I might be able to get that and the blouse out of last month's, and I think with the drape they would work quite well. So yeah, those two are already traced because I've made those before. I need to trace this one today, and as well as Andrea's fabrics, that are coming, I'm trying to use up my stash as well. So Andrea, I think Andrea wore this on the live. I have seen her wearing it. I don't know when she did wear it. It might have been the live on Sunday. But the Coralie Bijasson, the ermine, I just think that's really pretty with the kind of the hip band with the buttons on it. So I've got some black and white fabric. I went through my stash hub whilst I was in front of the television last night and kind of tried to marry things up. So yeah, I've got some black and white viscose that will work with. Oh, something else that came in with my elastics and my labels and things. I want to make the all-in easy fit shirt by Pattern Emporium. So I had my pattern printed, and it was a couple of weeks ago. I thought, oh, I'll print the instructions out, forgetting, of course, how fantastic the Pattern Emporium instructions are. And the booklet was 71 pages, so I wasn't going to print that. So I sent that off to Flamingo Prints, and that came around the same time as my elastics and things. So I shall be tracing that out. Now then, I'm thinking now that I had thought about the viscose from last month, making this. However, I do have other viscoses. I think I want to find something from my stash first to give this a go for fit, rather than going straight into an Andrea. Oh, I'll tell you, yes, I'll tell you what I was thinking. I want to make this because one of the fabrics that I've got from Andrea that's coming tomorrow, that will be hopefully on the live tonight, I want to make this. So yes, that things kind of change in my head as I'm, you know, looking at things. I buy fabric for one thing and I think, oh no, it might look better like that. And then I've had the Maison Fauve Atlas dress and black. I think I would make the blouse first. So I'm going to trace that out and find some fabric. I do like to get a few things cut out so I can get on, because it's such a pain having to get everything set up to trace and things. So yes, another idea for the viscose probably that I had was the Sew House 7 Revel, and I will probably do this one here with a little bit of a more fitted sleeve. So yeah, I'm thinking that if I get everything kind of traced out, I can then make a decision on which fabric to use, depending on how much of the fabric I've got. I do know I've got enough to make the Pattern Emporium shirt from what I'm getting from Andrea. And this is a deep stash fabric. I cut this out yesterday, so let's get the, yeah, so it's got some little, this is a quilting cotton, so it was quite thin, not wide is what I mean, 110 centimetres. So I haven't made this in a while, but I'm going to make the Imogen top by the Sew Me Something, which is she now called the Cloth Cutter. So yeah, I've cut out the long sleeve version in that yesterday. So yes, I think that is everything that I've got kind of in my head, mulling around. So yeah, I've got some lovely 2 fabrics and a pattern coming from Andrea tomorrow, so I will talk about those later in the week, I think, when they arrive and I've sorted this out. So yeah, we'll leave it at that, and I hope wherever you are the weather is kind and you can get some sewing done, and look after yourselves, and I shall see you soon. Bye bye for now.